Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with StealthDataZero. In this video, we're looking at the overall stock and crypto market. We're also looking at the meme stocks as well. Could AMC and GME see a recovery? Going to be looking at that on the short and long term. We're also going to be looking at where the overall market is headed, in my personal opinion, based off the charts, the facts, and data. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and do this before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, and data, giving you guys the technicals and fundamentals that you need to know as a trader and investor. Let's go. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video of StealthDataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC and GME meme stocks. We're also looking at the overall stock and crypto market. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and do this before buying any stock or crypto asset. We're going to be looking at SPY, NASDAQ, and the related stocks, and much, much more in this video. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and show you guys what we have going on for today, giving you guys your daily outlook and prediction for the rest of this week. So we are looking at SPY, NASDAQ for the stock market. We're going to be looking at BTC and Ethereum for the overall crypto market, and also looking at some of the altcoins. Let's go ahead and hop in. Right now for BTC, we do have a possible development on BTC. So Bitcoin, this is something I'm looking at for Bitcoin, and this could be huge for BTC. As you guys can see, Bitcoin has a possible pennant. Now, the only problem with this pennant is the fact that we only have one touch point here. Now, we do have kind of a bounce off of this level, and it's showing strong support, but we only have one touch point here and one touch point here. You really need at least 3 touch points to confirm a trend line. Now, we do have this upper trend line, this sloping resistance, but this is possibly a bullish pennant. I want to see if BTC will come back down and retest these lower levels and then possibly pop back to the upside to really confirm that as support. If we can confirm this resistance and support and then see us move to the upside along this yellow ascending support and resistance, then we could see a pop to the upside for BTC, because overall this would be forming a bullish pennant, a massive bullish pennant after a push to the upside. That means another move to the upside is coming. This is a move to the upside, bullish consolidation. If it's a bullish pennant, that does get confirmed, and then we get a push to the upside. So we want to see if we can confirm these levels and see if this is indeed a bullish pennant. And if it is, that means BTC is definitely going to that $80,000 price target that we looked at, and it's due to do this very, very soon, as it will have a launch to the upside once it breaks to the top of the pennant and then retest it, and then you could see it pop to the upside, moving towards that 75, 80K region, in my personal opinion. Now, again, this is not set in stone. This is something I'm looking at as a technical analyst. It's not set in stone. We only have 2 touch points. I really want to see if we can get some more confirmation along that trend line, like I said, but this is something I want to pay close attention to here on BTC. Ethereum moving down from that 3.5 level, but it is holding relative support around that 3.3 level. I think BTC will, or Ethereum will remain around this level before pushing to the upside, especially if Bitcoin moves to the upside. Again, Bitcoin is going to be the market mover right now. It has the most dominance, so Bitcoin will be the market mover. Once Bitcoin starts to range out and start to top out, altcoin season will come. I think that's going to be later down the road this year, so I do not think we're in altcoin season. I do think Bitcoin probably does have one more move to the upside, maybe a little bit higher. 80K price target is what I'm looking at in my personal opinion. I know some people have a lot higher price targets, but that's what I'm looking at in my personal opinion. So that's where I will be looking to take profits and or move into altcoins to see even more gains. Some of my favorite altcoins are coins like Cardano, Atom, Algorand, Sol. These are some of the coins I own as well. If you guys want any altcoin picks, let me know down in the comments. XLM, XRP, a little bit of Shiba Inu. These are what I hold, but I mostly hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin is about 50% of my personal portfolio, and that's the way that I learned to reduce risk in the crypto market. Holding about 50% of BTC really keeps you afloat in the bear markets, because altcoins drop a lot lower than BTC. And then also when the bull market starts to come BTC is the first one to move. So again, it helps mitigate risk and keep your portfolio afloat and keep your portfolio nice. That way you're not seeing these crazy fluctuations. So that's what we're looking at for cryptocurrency in the overall crypto market. I do want to make sure that everyone is aware that this pennant is possibly forming, but it is not confirmed as of yet. Again, we only have 2 touch points and you need at least 3 to confirm a trend line. The more, the better. So that's what we're looking at for BTC. The sloping ascending resistance and support is in effect, but we want to see if we can confirm this bottom one and then possibly get that pop to the upside. BTC is making higher lows, and that is bullish. We are making higher lower highs, which could be bearish, but again, this could be just consolidation before another move to the upside, and we do want to see it consolidate. That way the RSI can get lower. As you guys can see, RSI is resetting. This is what we want to see, okay? RSI resetting, things cooling down. That way we can make another move to the upside in a healthy manner. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin in the overall cryptocurrency market. Let's go ahead and go into stocks and show you guys what's going on for SPY and NASDAQ and the related stocks. So we want to look at NASDAQ right now. NASDAQ did kind of push up to fill that gap, but then entered a double top. You can see a top here and a top here. SPY did the same thing today. We tracked this very, very well today. As you guys can see, we had it tracked here, and it followed that as it broke down out of that bear flag from yesterday. So we had that tracking, and then we tracked it throughout today relatively well. We called for this drop here. We called for this pump back to the upside, and we called out levels and everything in between, tracking this thing one step at a time. We also called out this double top type structure that we've seen, and you guys can go to the live stream and get the receipts if you like. If you were watching the live, I truly appreciate it. Again, guys, if you can just stop in, even if you're at work, and press the like button and just say checking in, I'd really appreciate it and appreciate the support. As you guys can see right now, I'm expecting SPY to consolidate. I'm expecting SPY to consolidate, and then in the morning have a little bit of a dip before trying to push back above 520.17. 520.17 is going to be a major level that we need to watch. Also, the 520.94, that's going to be a major level as well. These are the major levels that we're looking at right now that are in play. We do want to see if SPY can stay above 518.33. If it does, it could remain bullish, but that is only in the short term. What I'm seeing could be a possible bigger bear flag starting to form. We want to watch this again. We don't have all of the technicals in play yet, but it could be a possible bigger bear flag starting to form. You guys can see this drop to the downside. We're already starting to see the sideways consolidation. And if you look at what the charts are telling us, the charts are saying momentum is not yet flipped bullish all the way. You guys can see we kind of got it here on the hourly time frame, but if you look at the 2-hour time frame, you guys can see we still have a lot of bearish momentum. We're starting to build some bullish momentum with the MACD. Alligator still giving us bearish confirmations on the bigger time frames as well, letting us know that that bearish momentum is not all out of its system. We also have sell signals here on the 4-hour time frame, on the 2-hour time frame. We do have this buy signal on the hourly time frame, again showing that momentum is trying to shift back up, but it is not there just yet. And what that leads me to believe is that SPY will end up working its way up something like this, which would indeed be a bear flag leading to another move to the downside and doing what I said, leading into an overall downtrend from this 525 level. I think this is going to be the top, at least for the local top, for at least a week or two. It does look like we will try to get there, but if we do, we will get rejected, probably making a bear flag in my personal opinion. It looks like it's going to be a hard level to break. Now, if we can break above it and hold it as support, you'll see a pop to the upside. But what I'm looking at here based off of the macro, it looks like we're not going to be able to break above that level. And what's going to happen is SPY is going to flatten out, curl back down, and possibly have to go down to these lower levels before either making a move higher or coming down for an overall correction. You guys can see that overall, when in doubt, zoom out. You guys can see we still have this bearish divergence, price trending up, RSI trending down. That will go into correction. Again, I give you guys the example with Bitcoin, showing you guys how it would have saved you a ton of money in BTC if you simply looked at the RSI and ignored all of the hype. They were saying BTC to 100,000. As you guys can see, BTC price trending up, up, up. RSI trending down, down, down. That eventually led into a deeper correction, which will lead into a deeper correction here on SPY. And also, when the market goes straight up, you guys can see the market went straight up here. It normally leads to a straight down correction. It also went straight up here. It normally leads to a straight down correction. So guys, I do think we will see an overall bigger correction start to form. When it does happen, I do think it's going to be quick, but I think the market's going to be slow to roll over and then go into a steeper correction, in my personal opinion. That could be what we're seeing here, but I don't want to jump the gun. You want to wait until bearish momentum is really in play. And as you can see on the bigger time frames, if we go ahead and pop on the alligator, you can see it's slowly starting to curl on the daily time frame, but not yet there. So you want to wait before you go crazy and start hopping on a crazy amount of puts. But as you guys can see, if we go ahead and look at what's happening with SQQQ, it is having green days. As you guys can see, this moves inverse of NASDAQ. When NASDAQ goes up, SQQQ goes down. When SQQQ goes down, NASDAQ goes up. You guys can see we had green days. We're also breaking out of a falling wedge. We also have bullish divergence. Price continually trending down while RSI is trending up. That is bullish divergence. That will lead into a correction to the upside. You also have green MACD, and you also have multiple gap fills to the upside, which gaps will get filled by price. So again, there's multiple indications so that SQQQ will return back to the upside. If it breaks this 1084 level, I believe SQQQ will have a decent pop to the upside to about 1129, 1188. So it's probably going to fill that gap once we break above 1084 and use that level as support. It looks like it's trying to build momentum to get up there. It might get rejected, and that means the market might have a pop to the upside, but it will overall come down. And that's where I'm getting the thesis that we won't be able to break that 525 level, because I can see that bearish momentum is building on these assets, and I can see bullish momentum is building on this asset, which tracks basically inverse of the market. So that's what I'm looking at for basically overall SPY and the overall stock market. I do think that we still have bullish momentum left, but it looks like we're starting to get that rollover that I'm talking about, which could lead into a steeper correction. How deep would that correction be? I'll let everybody know when it starts to happen, and I'll probably be able to give you a very, very good signal right before it happens, a day or two before it happens. So make sure you guys tune in each and every day to watch the videos and or live streams to get these things as they come out. Again, these videos are time sensitive, and you want to make sure that you watch the entire video. That way you can get the entire context and also get each and every individual aspect of this video. Now let's go ahead and move into the meme stocks and show you guys what's going on for the meme stocks. I want to just point out a few things going on for the meme stocks that I've been talking about, the overall narrative that I've been talking about here. Short interest starting to increase, 13.83%, as you guys can see. Also, shares available to borrow, we need to know this, 450,000 at time of recording. Shares available to borrow for GME, 600,000, and short interest is sitting at 22.23%. Short interest for AMC is increasing, and guess what? Cost to borrow is increasing for both stocks as well. GME was dropping down, but cost to borrow finally going up, and this is what we want to see in AMC. Cost to borrow finally going up. AMC's cost to borrow is going up in a big way, and you guys can see anytime we have a big pop in cost to borrow, here was 2.7. Okay, there was 2.7. Let's go back to 2.7 on the charts for AMC, and I'll show you guys. 2.7 was right here. 2.6, 2.7. AMC rallied over 40%. As you guys can see, if we go ahead and take a measurement, you guys can see 38% right there. AMC rallied 38%. 39%, 40%, around that range off of the lows. Now we are dropped down to a low. Cost to borrow is shooting up again. Same thing for GameStop. If we go ahead and look at GameStop, cost to borrow shooting up at 11.28. This is multiple stocks, multiple different assets. This is showing you that cost to borrow does matter. It heavily implies what price is going to do. You guys can see that 11.28 cost to borrow spiked. Price spiked. Here's GameStop, 11.28 right here. Look on your screen. As you guys can see, 11.28. Price spiked. GameStop made a massive monster rally from the lows all the way up to 11.83, all the way up to 18.59, a 57% gain. As you guys can see, there's potentiality for that to happen again. GameStop cost to borrow slowly start to rising. We do want to see it get higher. And then AMC cost to borrow showing significant levels that we haven't seen in quite some time. This was the 2729 area in February that we've seen that rally.
that 39% rally, and we are seeing higher cost to borrow levels. As you guys can see, cost to borrow isn't been this high in quite some time. Here's 1125 back in 2023. So we haven't seen these levels in quite some time. We do want to see if we can get a little bit higher than this. Obviously, this is nothing like what we used to have before we were about to have a market breaking short squeeze. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had the MOAS roadmap, and the MOAS roadmap was basically showing everybody what was going to happen, and we literally had the metrics to prove that we were going to see this. Also, price was tracking. We had cost to borrow sitting at 1,000%. We were on the threshold security list for over 45 days, and we had short interest sitting at 30%. We were literally about to see a market breaking short squeeze, and price was also tracking out with the MOAS roadmap, following the fractal, and I was calling price each and every day on the live streams, letting everybody know what was going to happen. It was a very exciting time for AMC, but then, as everyone knows in history, we got the reverse split, which knocked everything back down and knocked cost to borrow back down, which I said it would. I said it would dry up the short interest, which it did, but now we're finally starting to see that stuff all come back, and this is what I said needed to happen so we could see price go up, and so we could have a short squeeze, because right now they have a lot of control. Why? Because there's so much liquidity, because that's what the reverse split did. I don't know if a lot of people realized it, but the dilution and the reverse split freed up liquidity. A lot of people and YouTubers and stuff were pushing that it was going to help a short squeeze. It was completely idiotic. I would unsubscribe from anybody who would say a dilution and a reverse split is going to cause a short squeeze, because it just shows a lack of understanding of how the market works, and even basic things like supply and demand. So if somebody said that, I would unsubscribe and not listen to them for any type of market advice, because it's going to lead you down a bad path. As you guys can see, we did get that liquidity freed up. So they do have a lot of liquidity, and that's why they are able to push these things down. That's why AMC is at new lows. And I told you guys, if we got a reverse split, that's what would happen. I tried to warn everybody what was going to happen, but we all decided to hold together, and now we're in this thing together. And I do think, since we are holding, since we are able to maintain, and some people are even buying more, we have to bless those people that are averaging down and buying more, because it is what is necessary to get us through to the other side. If we want to see cost to borrow go back up, we have to keep fighting the shorts. They're pushing it down, trying to shake you out. You have to understand that the price is not real. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the outcome. Can we get the short squeeze? Can we squeeze the shorts out? The only way we can do that is if we lock up liquidity the same way we did before. We need to see those FTDs return. We need to see that cost to borrow return. We need to see that short interest go back up. And this is what we're starting to see, but we're still far away from where we need to be. We want to see short interest at about 20 or higher. That's starting to show a lot of pressure, and that's when things will start to get crazy. Also, we want to see cost to borrow, if possible, 100% or higher. That's when things will start to get crazy. And we also want to see these FTD numbers start to return. If we go ahead and look at AMC FTDs, they've been dried up. Why? Because they've been able to deliver, because liquidity is now in. The FTDs come when the liquidity goes crazy, and you guys can see, and when the liquidity dries up, as you guys can see, 50 million FTDs dropped right after the reverse split. They got all those FTDs able to clear, and that's why it went off the threshold security list instantly after the reverse split, because they were able to clear all of that. They were able to get the shares to buy the FTDs. They were able to get the shares to feed all those FTDs and clear all of that stuff, and that's exactly what they did. And that's why we also seen that mass amount of volume as things were dropping, and that's also why they want shares now, and that's why the 8K filings are in order to sell the shares directly to the parties like Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, directly to the enemy. It's all tied together, and that's why I say Adam Aaron is a snake. Some people hate when I say that, but he's literally selling shares to the enemy and does things to completely and deliberately ruin the short squeeze, if you understand how the market works. I'm not saying people don't understand. I'm just saying that some people are putting out false narratives. So, guys, that's what we're looking at for AMC as far as all of that is concerned. That's all background and history and stuff like that. As far as technicals are concerned, I'll show you guys what we're looking at for AMC and GME, and then wrap up this video. So if you find this video informative, please go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. So GME, I think it's going to be moving to the downside. It's breaking down out of a rising wedge. I think it's going to be moving to the downside, retesting maybe 1121 or 1108, and then moving back to the upside. It looks like GME is trying to make a recovery, but we are not there just yet. You guys can see MACD slowly starting to turn green. I will tell you what, though. If GME breaks above 1155, you could see a decent pop to the upside. I think tomorrow's going to be a real struggle because we have a lot of shares, but I think we do have a chance to move up, okay? I do. I think we have a chance to move up, and I think we might have a chance to actually recover. We might actually pop to the upside. I don't want to get people too excited because we've been really beat on lately, and I just want people to be prepared for any downside that might come. So be prepared for 1121 and 1108 retest on GameStop, but it looks like if we can break above 1155, you're going to see a decent pop to the upside for GameStop. And when in doubt, zoom out. We have a gap fill to the upside now. RSI is getting oversold. We're going to bounce. We're going to bounce, and it's going to be in a big way. And I think GameStop is going to see a recovery here shortly. If we do come back down, it would be like a quick bounce to the downside and then a pop to the upside on GameStop. I will be live tomorrow giving you guys the updates and predictions as they do become available. But it looks like GameStop's going to come down to about 1108, 1121, and then break to the upside, in my personal opinion. It does look very, very bullish. And we do want to see if we can break above that 1155 level. We could get some gamma there as well, and that's where we could see that pop to the upside here on a GME. As far as technicals are concerned for AMC, I know that we're going to consolidate most likely throughout the rest of after hours. Probably going to see a drop down like normal in the morning when we try to work our way back up. But AMC also looks like it is trying to make a recovery as well. Similar to GME, you're going to see a curve slight down, and then you're going to bounce back down. I know today was brutal, but guys, we did bounce back to the upside and almost go green for the day. I don't think AMC is going to go much lower than the $2.80 region, in my personal opinion, $2.94 region. In that range, in my personal opinion. Again, I could be wrong, but this is just what I'm looking at based off the charts, the facts, and the data. So I think that we're going to see AMC try to move back to the upside, but it's going to be a little bit of a struggle because they do have shares and they're trying to push this thing down. And again, like I was saying earlier, they do have a lot of liquidity, but this liquidity will dry up. Things will change, and we will see AMC move back to the upside. The cost of borrow is indicative of what something could be brewing. That's why I said in my last video, I think something is brewing for the meme stocks because we're seeing these things start to rise again. We're seeing AMC short interest start to rise again, and again, that could be all indicative of a pump to the upside. We have multiple gap fills to the upside now for AMC, as you guys can see, all the way back up to $43, which would be a stupid gain if you were able to buy down here and sell up there. Again, what you want to do is buy low and sell high. Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. So again, buying down at these low levels could be extremely profitable, especially since we're outside of the Bollinger Bands. RSI is oversold. That normally means you're going to have a pop back up, and the bands are all the way up at like 318 here on the daily. So we could see a pop back to the upside to about 315. And if we can get up to about 350, we could go up to that $4 gap fill and be back at $4 before you guys know it. And I really don't think it is doom and gloom for AMC. I think that we're going to bottom out and snap back up, in my personal opinion. We will see what history says, but if I'm right about what I think we could see, it would be something like this. Like, we'll start working our way back up. We'll probably have like a big like 10%, 15% day on the way up, and then go from there. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC, guys. I'm going to actually leave this here on the screen on the daily, as long as it doesn't interrupt anything and cover up anything, and see if we do start to move in this upwards direction like I do believe we could for AMC stock. I think that we're going to try to like bottom out and then push up in a big way, in my personal opinion. But this is everything I have for you guys. If you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. I appreciate it if you were able to watch to the end of this video. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, please go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. And we do have a sale on the Discord for this month only. Discord is $75 for this month only. I post exclusive trades each and every week. I also post analysis, news, and its exclusive community as well. If you want to get involved in this, go ahead and hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5, DataZeroOfficial5, link down in the description of this video. You can also hit me up on my Instagram as well, but I do prefer the email. Just say, hey, I want to join the Discord. I will hit you up with payment information and a little bit of information about the Discord. Payment is made via PayPal and Cash App. Once you make payment, I'll send you a link to get in. It's as easy as that. And I appreciate you guys if you watch to the end of this video to see this message and to get all of the knowledge from the video. I appreciate every single person that watches. I could not do this without you guys. DataZero family,